Hey family, it's your girl K Charles, and guess what? I am back in the building. Well, not necessarily in the building, but I am on my couch. Okay. I had plans to go out today, but my plans fell through. So with that being said, I decided let me just get on the net and see what's happening, in the world. Well, I came across this story and it has really disturbed my soul, my whole inside of my soul. Then let me just say this, all thoughts and views are those of my own. They're not associated with TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, none of those things. These are just all my thoughts, okay? And y'all know when I'm perplexed or I got some thoughts about something, I love to come to my TikTok family and let y'all know. Am I being crazy? Am I the only one? I can't be the only one. So I get on here just to make sure that I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one, right? Okay. So 29-year-old Tateona Williams, she had been homeless for about 3 months and was living in her van with her family. It wasn't just her and her children. Apparently, there were 6 other people in the van with her. Okay. Well, unfortunately, 2 of her children continued to sleep when everybody else was awake. Okay. Sad. And I watched her interview, and this girl was distraught. Like, she was talking about how she was asking for help, how she'd been begging everybody to help them, to help her, and she just couldn't find nobody. Even the daggone shelters were full. And we know that's happening because there are so many homeless people out there right now. So the shelters were full. She said she reached out to some other homeless crisis intervention people, whatever, but they never followed up with her. Um, where's her social worker? So it was a lot of things that played out in her interview. Then I watched the father's interview, the father of the 2 children who continued to sleep. Okay. I watched his interview, and there was a few things that he said on those interviews that made me kind of question the validity of his story. Okay, so first things first. He said she asked me to get them for a couple of days, but she didn't say she was homeless. She could have called his family like they have done in the past. Okay. Me personally think she made the call that she was supposed to make. She called the person who helped her create these children and bring them into the world. She called their father. She called their father and said, I need you to get these kids. I mean, it sounds about right to me. Like, you are half responsible for these children. So if I call you and say, hey, I need you to come get these kids, I don't have nowhere to sleep. I'm homeless. And you tell me you got to work. Okay. Second thing he said was, he said he saw his kids about a month or 2 ago and that he always FaceTimed them. Okay. Wonderful. And that he would miss that. And I feel sorry that 2 of his children are continuing to sleep. So, I feel bad for him a little bit, but not too much. And let me continue to tell you why. Last but not least, he said, miss me with the sob stories. Ooh, no, you didn't. No, no, miss you with the sob stories? Really? That's your response? Okay. On the first point I made when he said she asked me to get them, but she didn't say she was homeless. When I heard that, the first thing I thought about was, and that, he also said that she could have called his family and asked them for assistance, right? Like they've done in the past. That's what he said. She could have called my family like we did in the past, like we done before. So when I heard that, the first thing I started thinking was, they have probably worn out their welcome with a lot of friends and family who were probably willing to help them. And when I say worn out their welcome, yeah, listen, we hear of stories about it all the time. You know, you let somebody come live with you, they not that clean, they stay too long, they don't pay no bills, they kids and they eating up your house and home, they probably tearing up your carpet, making your walls dirty, stuff. Like me, I am a single woman. So if one of my family members who has children say, "Kay, we need to come and stay with you." Yeah, of course, come and stay with me because I got plenty of room in this house. Come stay with me. But at some point, I'm probably going to be looking at them folks like, am I helping or am I hindering them? That has happened throughout years. Okay. So what I'm saying to y'all is not new. So don't act like I'm saying something that's out the way because it's not true. Because we all still have them family members, cousins or friends that when they call, we don't answer their phone because we already know if they ask us for something, especially to come live at your house, you're not going to be able to sleep because you're watching everything that they're doing. You try to make sure that they're not doing something to your house or your space or whatever. We all have them. I get it. Okay. So I feel like that's where they were at this point because he said she didn't call my family like we did in the past. Why didn't you call them? When she called you and said, I need you to get these kids, why didn't you pick up the phone and call these family members that you said that she could call? That's my opinion. I don't know. But who am I, right? Like I said, all the thoughts and opinions are mine and mine alone. Okay. Then, second thing he said was he saw his kids a month or two ago. Okay. And that they always FaceTime them. My question to that is when you FaceTime your children, were they at home? Were they in the kitchen laughing? Were they in their rooms? Like, where were they? Like, when they were on the other end of the phone, were they at the house? Were they at their cousin's house? Where were they when you were FaceTiming them? I mean, I just got questions. I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking, if I ain't seen my kids in a month or two and I'm FaceTiming them all the time, first thing I want to know is where y'all at? Who y'all with? Who over there? Who all over there? Y'all know we say who all over there. That's what I would be wanting to know as a parent, right? And then he said he visited the kids. Where'd y'all visit? Did you go to her house? Like, where were y'all at? Were y'all in the parking lot as well, visiting your kids? Why didn't your kids come to your house? Why couldn't they come to your house? I just got a question about that. Because if she's asking you to get them, she's obviously not concerned about them going to school. She's just trying to make sure that her kids are safe. But you said, I got to go to work. And I get it. We all got to go to work. I get it. But what about your children? And then here's another thing I want to know. I don't know. Maybe these are some new kids in the neighborhood or something. Because what kind of kids y'all have that don't tell all your business every time they go somewhere? They even had skits and stuff about that with the comedians about how kids can't wait to tell your business. Listen, when I was married and when I was single, we loved to drop our kids off at my mama's house. Okay. Loved to do it. I loved it and hated it at the same time. You know why I hated it? Because it was like my kids waited. It was like they had like storyboats and they couldn't wait to get to grandma's house and tell all my daggone business. I mean, listen, they was in the door. They couldn't even get the door good enough. And they be like, Grandma, we got something to tell you. We got a secret. I already know they about to talk about me. So how you going to sit here and tell me that your kids, 9 and 2, maybe not the 2-year-old, but that 9-year-old, and they never said how much older the other child was that you had by her, because you have 3 by her, not 2, 3. They never said the age of the third child. But what kind of kids y'all got that ain't telling y'all business? Because I know on FaceTime, them kids are phone up, Daddy, we in the van. Grandma ain't here too. We cold. Can we come to your house? Why we can't come to your house, Daddy? We want to come over your house. Because we ain't got no house. Kids is telling all of the business. Period. They are going to tell it. I mean, my kids did. I don't know. Maybe my kids just was bad. Was my kids bad? Like, because I don't know. Like, I don't understand that part. Then I just got it. One last thing. He said, miss me with the sob story. No, we're missing your children. That's what we're missing. That's the only thing we're missing. And you have 3 children with her. Where's the third child? Have you gotten your third child out of that situation? Or are you still working? Now that you know she is homeless, have you changed the situation for that third baby? That's the only question I got. Am I tripping? Y'all let me know.